Okay, this looks like the spot to put this little card in. Let's do it. Okay, how to install a little USB 3.0 expander card into your USB 2.0 older computer. Asus 10-year-old computer. Okay, so just undo the clippy thing that holds this space open, or there might just be a screw that goes in there instead of this. This has a snazzy thing that you don't have to use screws to screw this thing, and just pop out this little window right here, because that's where the card I think is going to go. Or actually, let me look, it might be the one down from it. Gotta look. So there's the card. Looks like it just needs a little power plug. They give you the power plugs. I'm going to use an existing power plug I got right here that's off my existing power supply. So just do it with the power off on the computer. You don't want any static electricity problems or whatever. Make sure you just charge yourself to the bag and put your elbow on the computer case and everything so you got no static in your body. And this card is going to go in here like this on this one, I think. Yep, it should. It's going to be the lower one. Yeah, glad I checked. So it's got to okay, so we just put that aside for a minute. So glad I didn't bend that one all the way out. Just use your fingers, bend this a couple times back and forth. There we go. Take it out, put that aside, throw it in the trash when you get a minute. Okay, all you gotta do, take the card, look at the card, make sure it looks all right. The solder joints on the back of it sure have a lot to be desired, that's for sure. What do you expect for a $20 card though, I guess? Kind of expect it to be a little better than that though. But anyways, so all you do is tilt it in. Put your, tilt it in the corner in there, then make sure the other part it just goes in nice. It should not be forced at all or anything. And make sure it just goes in like that. And the metal part here, make sure it goes behind the board. Let me do something. Let me turn on the light. Okay, you want to make sure, let me see if this works at all. Yeah, okay. You can see where it goes, the card under magnification. You can see that the card, see how it goes behind the board. You don't want it to, shouldn't hit anything. So it's supposed to go between the board and supposed to go right like there. So let me see, let me back this out just a little bit again. So but anyways, it goes in pretty nice. I haven't pushed it down yet, but you gotta, once you get it in place, there you go. It just pushes down like that, and that just will line up with where the screw hole goes. Since this is toolless, all I do is just crank it down. I could use screws if I want, but just make sure it's firmly seated into its place, and it is. It went down a little more when I pushed on it, so make sure you push it down a couple, two or three times lightly, firmly. All right, so all right, looks like that's in. Okay, that's pretty cool, but actually, wow, that's that's bad. So I'm gonna tilt it. I'm gonna make sure, I might use a screw here if it doesn't stay. where I want it. I want it to be back farther here. I think it'll be all right. Okay, so, all right, yeah, I just had to move it a little bit. So make sure you move it so you can get your USB plug in and out, you know? So make sure it wasn't because it was angled before. So, all right, pretty cool. I hope the card works. This is Windows 10 on this computer. So hopefully it finds the drivers when I boot it up. So, all right, that's all there is to it. Oh, I got to put the power plug on there. The power plug goes right here. So let me do that. I gotta need 2 hands for that. Okay, so what I decided to do was I pulled the power plug that was here, and it was going to my hard drive down here because I wanted it to do a straight push in on that one, because I didn't. It'll be better to have it go here and here instead of the other way, instead of, anyways, you understand what I'm saying. Just make sure there's a polarity on this thing. So make sure there's a little, see the little angled part right there? There's a little 90-degree part. So these only go on one way, the power plug. So make sure you use the little 90-degree in the right spot. And they just slip on and push off. No clips or anything like that. And that's it. All right, let's do it. I want to put this power up my hard drive now with the existing plug. Okay, so I decided to do away with the toolless here. It was not holding this card as tight as I liked it. Now it's really rock solid, and when you plug stuff in and out, I'm not gonna have a problem with it. So I just foresaw a problem with it not holding, so I wanted it to be solid. So I just got a couple of spare screws and put them in here. If you don't have spare screws right away, you can use the same screw that goes in your cover that holds on, or yeah, the backside cover. The front one on this one just slides on, but you can find a couple of these screws somewhere on the case. Then you can just go to your local computer store or something, or find some screws somewhere. Anyways, or I could have just used it until I got some screws, or whatever you want to do. So, or maybe I could have even bent these little things right here, these little grabby thingies. I put pressure on it and bent them out real good, so they put a lot of pressure, but I still got a feeling that it would have slid around. So anyways, it's enough of that. So anyways, all right, this is powered up. I put the middle one down there on the SATA on the hard drive, so it's down there. Make sure you plug in your communication USB, your SATA to your hard drive. Make sure your cables are all back on where they were if you took any off or anything. And that's it. Make sure this is on here. And that's it. Let's fire this baby up. So we just leave this up in the up position now, and that's it. All right, let's do it. Actually, upon closer inspection in the box, they actually give you some screws. So that's pretty cool. So, but I'm done already, so I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, check for screws in the box. I didn't see them earlier. Okay, so I put in the card, of course, plugged a bunch of stuff into it. Actually, first, when you don't plug anything into the card, just boot up the computer. It probably won't boot up right the first time. Leave it for about 5 minutes. When you boot it up the first time, leave it for about 5 minutes. If it doesn't boot straight up, then shut the computer off turn the power button off, turn the computer off. If it doesn't shut down, hold the power button down in the front. Hold the power button in until it does shut down. I'll do a hard shutdown, and then wait 10 seconds, then hit the power button again. It should boot up and find the drivers and everything, and it'll take a few minutes for it to search the internet, make sure you're hooked up to the internet when you're all got it going. Then it'll boot up should boot up the second time. If it doesn't, it might take 3 times, but mine did it on the second time. Windows 10. Make sure your computer is set to on automatic updates, so don't have the automatic updates blocked off. Make sure you undo that if you've stopped doing the updates by putting it on updates on hold for a month. You can do that, so make sure you undo that before you do any of this. So like I said, plugged in, there's 3 things in there. There's one in the USB 3.0, 3.0. Then I have one in the USB-C hole, an extra hole still, and I got a Western Digital passport in there, Western Digital passport there, and Crucial X8 on here. And now we're gonna check some speeds from the USB 3.0. Okay, it does recognize everything. You just plug everything in after the computer's all fired up. Got just a regular local drive. That's a regular hard drive. That's your CD, DVD, your DVD. That's the yellow backup drive. That's the Crucial X8, the black one. And that's the red one. So it's recognizing all of them. I got into them, and they do work. So let me do some transfer times. See what, hopefully the transfer time's better. Okay, so I'm gonna send a little Elvis over to, I'm gonna send it to the Crucial X8. Let's see what kind of transfer times. This is the Crucial X8 over here. So let's do that. Whoa, 50 meg. Holy smokes, you see that? So fast I couldn't even freaking, holy smokes. So do send to over to the Crucial. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Okay, so you do send to over to the Crucial. Let's see how long that, see where it's at. Let's see what it does. Oh, holy, oh, that's only kilobytes. Or, oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, it is. So it ramps up, okay. Like 50 meg. Heck of a lot better than what I had before. I had like 20 something. Like 15 or 20. Wow, it goes up to like, so like average around about 50 megabytes per second. It's a heck of an improvement, man. It was like, I think you'd have to look on the last video, but I think it was 15, and then I improved it by the guy telling me to move the ports to different USB 2.0 ports, and then it went up to from 15 to like 20, I think it was like 27 or something maybe, or maybe not even that good, but this is way good. Way worth the 20 bucks for the card. Holy smokes. Okay, that works good. Okay, I just doing another transfer. This is from a Western Digital passport to an older Western Digital passport that's a few years old to a new Western Digital passport. So it looks like can really get some speed out of this thing. Wow. This is on a USB 2.0 computer. USB 2.0 computer, older 10-year-old computer, was only getting like 20 megabytes per second. Now I'm getting 80. Holy smokes. It's awesome. Wow, definitely worth the $20. Major good.